What's up, guys? This is Bolvar the Fell-Handed. In this replay, I am in the Batchat 25T on Great Wall Standard Battle. Now, there's a few different ways you can run this map. You can head directly up to B9, right flank, and this is normally your very fast mediums. If you're, sometimes you're going to see some heavies, some TDs, typically your slower tanks. The downside of that is by the time they get up there, it's not really going to be super effective. This is really only a viable option for mediums. Now, the other avenue you can go is obviously you can go left flank, you can go to K1, you can go at the hill there at the mid, you can go to the lower hill there at, H2. But the issue with that is there are so many different ways people can shoot you. You really have to have your head on a swivel in order to make that position work. So just be aware of that. And of course, normally the arty moves up to E1, D1, somewhere around there, so they may be able to shoot you from there as well. So there's a lot of eyes on that area. Now, when I am in a medium tank, I like to pull up high on this ridge here, and that way you can kind of get an extra peek and just kind of see what's going on down the hill there. Now, you do have to be aware of the third avenue, which I'm about to mention, is the mid, which is the other side of the gap in the Great Wall itself, all around that area. So people can actually fire on you from the mid once you get lit up from the current position where you're in. So you just have to be aware of that as well. Granted, of course, I'm not really in a excellent shot or in a position where they can get any shot on me, but if you're not pushed up super far, they can get shots on you. Now, of course, that works both ways. Obviously, we're going to put a shot in the J Panther there, get him off the board. So you just have to keep in mind that normally it works both ways, if of course you have eyes on that location. If I didn't have eyes on that location, he would have been to safety and probably shot at me through the rest of the game. So it's like I said, everything in this game is situational, so just keep that in mind. So I decided to back up a little bit here before I begin firing because I thought I would get spotted right away. And this is a perfect example of just catching somebody out in the open, getting their track, and just burning them. And that's exactly what we did. We just more or less emptied the gun in them and, more or less ruined their game right off the gate. Just get them done, get it in there, make it happen, and that's it. That's essentially what autoloaders are all about. You go in there and you just completely... if you can't kill someone off the gate, you just completely cripple their tank, ruin their game. They've got damage modules. They have little to no health. They are not long for this world. So we've got a good shot at a clicker here. I don't really know where that shot went. Maybe a little dispersion there happened or something. I am being countered. I haven't been spotted. My sixth sense was not on. So the guy who fired on me was doing nothing but just watching my shots. Very smart move. Bully for him. That was a good move. Moving on, we are pushing the mid here, kind of cutting across. At this point, I haven't really decided whether I want to push the mid or I want to push the clicker. Most of the time, if you ever have any doubt what I'm going to do, is I'm going to go for the clicker if I can, because I feel some type of way about them. Moving on, so we're in their cap area right now, and guys, you never really want to cap unless you can absolutely help it. If your team is winning, don't be the guy that goes out there and caps for the whole team, and you've got a bunch of guys just chasing down a few, and you want to cap when it is tactically advantageous, if that makes sense. If it's an even match and they're all stuck together and they're heading towards your cap, excuse me, then yeah, go ahead and pull a cap. That is the right time. But when your team outnumbers their team greatly and you've got, you know, people on cap, that's a different story. And of course, if you need the points, you know, if you need, I understand, like as far as your win 8 goes, you know, me personally, I like to try to cap at least once a day. That way it keeps my points up, because my cap percentage is so low. If I do one, then I'm excelling at my points. So anyway, just check that out. Moving on. So right now, obviously, there's one guy left. He's got a couple of bat chats running towards him, a couple of autoloaders. Obviously, he is not long for this world. He may kill one of us, but he can kill both of us. And that's a good thing about working in packs. You know, you have that strength in numbers, but with autoloaders, it's even more so. You have that strength in autoloaders, and you have that mobility. Very tough tank to deal with when you have to worry about 2 of them. They just immediately go for the flanks. They go from one on each side of you, so you just have to keep that in mind, that it's a dicey situation, I guess is what I'm saying at best. So this E100 decides, he said, you know what, I'm gonna go in, the game's over for me, I'm just gonna go in, I'm gonna do some damage, see what I can do. And we just kind of lathered him up with rounds. So guys, I hope you enjoyed it. Thank you for watching. Please remember to like, subscribe, and share. We did 43.99 with 1,055 assisted damage.